Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Recently, my neighbor gave me some pork tenderloin. As I have mentioned earlier in my previous video, he raises hogs. When I was growing up, I ate a lot of pork, and for whatever reason, I just don't have a lot of good memory about them. Therefore, I don't cook pork much at all. And I really don't have a good recipe to cook pork, so I think I'm going to just try it with the same template that I use to cook chicken. I cut the pork into bite-sized pieces and then I coated them with cornstarch. To me, this is the power of template-based cooking, and I have every reason to believe that it will turn out good. I'm going to shallow fry the pork first by spread them out on the surface of the wok. I'm going to fry one side first before I'm going to fry the other side. I have never cooked pork like this before, so I'm kind of just going to improvise along the way. I noticed that when I turn the pork around, they look very nicely brown. From cooking the ground pork in the past, I know this browning gives them very nice flavor and texture. This is where flavor chasing comes into play. I know that if it comes to chicken, this type of browning will cause the chicken become dry and tough. I don't like that kind of texture in chicken at all. However, this kind of browning reminds me of barbecue pork. I'm going to continue to pan fry the pork, but I've decided I'm going to add some carrots to get them going. Based on my past experience, I think the pork would taste nice if I season it with some lemon pepper, some paprika, as well as some garlic powder. Now what I'm doing here is flavor chasing. I just pick whatever I have in my masala daba, and I add the amount to the pork based on my experience of knowing what the flavor will be like. So far so good. I really like how things going at this point. You can tell the pork start to really take on a glistening. This has probably come from the inherent fat in the pork. As the seasoning agent coat the surface of the pork, and during stir fry they start to burn slightly. This creates further charring of the pork. Well, I must admit they start to look really good. At this point, I probably could add any vegetable I want, but I decided that I'm going to add some sliced onion. Onion and pork sounds great to me. Furthermore, I have some onion already cut up in the refrigerator. Again, this dish is a good example of practicing template-based cooking. I'm just following my basic stir-fried chicken template using the pork, and I'm just making adjustment to whatever vegetable that I have on hand. As you notice that I start to squirt a little bit water onto the surface of the wok and start to do my spot cleaning. The fats of the pork plus the seasoning start to burn to the bottom of the wok. By using the spot cleaning method, I now never have any problem of things burn to the bottom of the wok that I have to really scrub later on. After I did a quick taste test, I decided I'm going to add some hoisin sauce to provide some sweetness to the taste of the dish. I'm actually cooking this dish without any recipes. It's just based on my experience with my other stir-fry templates with chicken. At this point, I really do not know how the final flavor is going to turn out. After the quick taste test, I decided I'm going to add a little bit more sugar. The sweetness of the pork will give it almost like a barbecue type of a flavor. Well, after a few quick stir, the dish is ready. It's very quick to cook. The total cook time is a little bit about 6 to 7 minutes. So what's the verdict? Actually, I really like the outcome of this dish. I particularly enjoy the texture of the pork after it is being charred. It gives the pork a slight crunchy texture. It reminds me of barbecue pork. By cutting the pork into small pieces, they actually very fast to be cooked. Unlike chicken, pork could be cooked for a long time and without worrying about it being overcooked. Again, I want to emphasize that the advantage of template-based cooking. By familiar with a template, you can create variations in cooking other type of ingredients. Okay, I think this dish will go into my regular rotation, but I definitely will modify it with different type of seasoning approach or using different kinds of vegetables. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.